Hello wonderful people, this is James. Welcome to Self-Made Finance, where we teach you to be your own finance manager. In a layman's language, we give you the basic financial management skills that you need to take hold of your finances. Today we're talking about how to invest in hard times or hard economic times. We all know times are hard, everybody's complaining. Inflation is high, interest rates are high, everybody's complaining about food. Everything is hard now. But how do we invest in these difficult times? In this video, I'll give you tips on how you can do that. Welcome back to Self-Made Finance, where we teach you to be your own finance manager. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell so that anytime we drop a video, you can have it. So let's go straight into it. Today we're talking about how to invest in hard times or hard economic times. Like I said, things are really hard, but it shouldn't stop us from investing, because we know that the only way we can grow our wealth or we can build wealth is to invest. So the hard times that we find ourselves in shouldn't stop us from investing. So how do we invest? The first thing you need to do is to avoid panicking. Don't panic in these hard times. Don't be so perturbed about it. Don't worry about it. Know that even though things are hard, people are still invested, and so you can also invest. You need to stay calm in these difficult times when it comes to investment, because if you want to take decisions in a haste, you're going to do things you're not supposed to do. So in this time, if you want to really invest, you need to stay calm. That's the first thing you need to do. The second thing I want to talk about is to educate yourself, update yourself about what's happening in the economy. When we say interest rates are high, what are we talking about? What's the impact on your investment? When we say inflation is high, what are we talking about? How is it going to impact on your investment? You need to update yourself. What are the news portals saying about the economy? Which sector of the economy is doing well? Where can you put your money? You need to know all these things so that you don't go into the wrong sector that is doing the worst right now. So update yourself, know certain things about economy and investment before you put your money into something, because if you don't do that, you're going to find yourself wanting when you go into the wrong sector. So update yourself, educate yourself, know about certain things about investment. When we talk about investment, what is risk, in investment, what's return in investment, update yourself, know these things before you go into that. The next thing you need to do right now is to diversify your portfolio. In our local plans, I would say that don't put your eggs in one basket. That's what it means to diversify your portfolio. It means that don't invest in only one sector or in only one asset. So diversify, put your money into different things. If you're doing T-bills here, you should be doing bonds somewhere, you should be doing real estate somewhere, you should be investing in a business somewhere. So you don't put all your money into one investment, so that when those investments go bad, you won't find yourself wanting. So diversify your portfolio. That's why it's very important that you update yourself so that you know exactly what's happening in every sector, so that you know how to invest in those sectors. So please don't put your eggs in one basket. Diversify your portfolio. Get some long-term investment, get some short-term investment that takes time to mature, investment that you can easily liquidate. Do all these things, be rounded, so that at any point in time where there's a need for you to liquidate some, you can do that. If you put your money into a particular asset or investment that takes a long time to liquidate, and something goes bad right now and you want to liquidate, what are you going to do? How are you going to solve the problem that you find yourselves in? So don't put your eggs in one basket. Don't invest into only one thing. Diversify your portfolio, and I believe you're going to be fine. Another thing that's worth noting when it comes to investment is the concept of risk and return. In investment, this thing plays up seriously that you don't need to play with. So you need to know that there's something called risk and return. The concept is that the higher the risk, the higher the return. So if you're looking for an investment that gives you a higher return, then you must be willing to bear the risk that it comes with. So know these things before you go into investment. Don't just go into it because people are saying it's a good investment. Know the risk associated with it, so that you know exactly what you're doing. If you don't know the risks associated with it and the risk crystallizes, you're going to be in trouble because you never envisioned that. But once you know whatever happens, you were aware of the risk before you went into it, so you wouldn't be so disappointed. A typical example is those who went into, the likes of Men's Gold. They went there because people said it was a good investment, giving a good return. They never thought about the risk associated with it. And the risk associated with it is that it could collapse at any point in time. So once you are aware of this and you're going into that, you know exactly what you're doing. When the risk crystallizes, you are still okay because you knew that beforehand. So before you invest into anything, know the risk associated with it, assess yourself, and know whether you are willing to bear that risk before you go into that. Other than that, you're going to be disappointed. Next is to maintain an emergency fund. I'm somebody who loves to talk about emergency funds when I'm talking about investment. You can't invest without having an emergency fund, because investments usually require time to give you the best return that you're looking for. So if you don't have emergency funds that can sort you out in terms of emergency, you are tempted to liquidate those investments without getting the return that you're supposed to get. So before you invest, you need to have something to keep you liquid, to ensure that when emergencies crop up, you can settle them, so that you can give that investment the time that it needs to give you the returns that you're looking for. So before you go into an investment, make sure that you are liquid enough. Make sure that there's something to take care of your bills, there's something to take care of your daily expenses, and take care of certain emergencies that you don't foresee, so that you can give your investment that time that you require. The last thing I want to talk about is to invest with time horizon in your mind. Whatever investment that you're going into, know that this is the time this particular investment requires to give me the return that I'm looking for. Be aware of that before you go into that, so that you can give it that time. Because if a particular investment requires a year to give you the best return, and you are thinking about 6 months, when you go into that, you are going to liquidate that investment before the year, and you won't get a return that you're looking for. So have that kind of time in mind, so that you can give the investment the time that it requires. So invest with time horizon in mind. So you see, the fact that the economy is hard right now doesn't mean that you don't have to invest. It's still a way out. You can still invest and make some good money, but you need to know these things. I believe you're going to be fine. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Self-Made Finance. God bless you.